Hush now, little ones. I have a story for you. A story of dungeons and douchebags. Long ago, a remnant of the ancient and forgotten Aboleth Empire conducted vile experiments in their underwater city, in a lake deep below the surface. The Aboleths, desperate to regain their lost dominion over the world, summoned forth a powerful demon general from the abyss to bend to their will and enact their revenge. The demon, a Balor named Asberethek, would not be so easily controlled. Its endless burning rage boiled the waters of the lake, taking the Aboleths with it. Now in control, Asberethek set about opening a gateway to the abyss, so that he may regain his demonic legion and lay siege to the surface world. However, the gods had other plans. Determined to protect their creations, they sent a Planetar, a powerful angelic warrior, to destroy the Balor and send it hurtling back to the abyss. The battle raged on for days, destroying all things in its wake. But the angel was no match for the ancient demon. Disarmed and grievously injured, the angel knew it could not defeat the Balor in combat. In a final act of holy retribution, the angel forged 7 divine seals to imprison the Balor within the cavernous depths forever. Now, thousands of years have passed, and a band of unlikely heroes ascend the slopes of Mount Abbott on a quest to rescue a stolen child. Kianan, the human wizard.
Oh my.
Lean, the halfling bard.
Does anyone want to hear a song?
Sybil, the dragonborn barbarian.
I shall die with combat with your head on my wall.
Valthiv, the lizard folk cleric.
Can't just watch me.
And Fresh, the tabaxi rogue.
Wow, is it just me or is that one shiny squirrel?
These brave few have but a humble beginning in a much larger adventure. They know not of the fate that awaits them in the Underdark. Last time, on Dungeons and Douchebags, the party returned to Toria with a snail, and she held true to her word and let them leave the ruins. The party, after following a tunnel out, were met with a choice. One path led up to the surface, with daylight peeking through far in the distance. The other path was a small crevice that continued deeper down, with a drow spider brooch lying at the entrance. They could either leave, or follow the potential kidnappers, their entire reason for descending in the first place. They chose to descend, and after some days of tunnel wandering, the air grew colder and colder. Eventually, the cold winds of the tunnel gave way to ice and snow, and they came upon a group of drow scouts who detained and questioned them. The party eventually slew their captors, and then continued into the glacial tunnels. Enter a massive cavern of ice and snow amidst a fierce blizzard, with a blinding blue light illuminating the whole region. Just then, a large insectoid creature burst from the ice and attacked. Will our heroes survive the encounter? Find out tonight on Dungeons and Douchebags, the Underdark.
Welcome, everybody, to Dungeons and Douchebags. The next session, I cannot remember which number we're on because we've been gone for 3 weeks. But hi, welcome. We're continuing our story. Special thank you to Alexander von Koopa for running 3 horrifying side sessions over the past 3 weeks.
For various reasons, horrifying.
For various reasons, horrifying. Yes, I think last week was the most horrifying.
It sounded horrifying.
But we are back in full to continue our Underdark campaign that I have written, and yeah, I am joined as always by our lovely internet crew, Alex von Koopa.
Hi.
Uprising Attorney.
Hi.
Toonwolf. Toonwolf.
Toonwolf.
Hi, Toonwolf.
Oh no.
Dun 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 dun.
Jojo.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Toonwolf. Nope.
No.
Nope.
No, we can't hear you.
Cannot hear you. Oh shit! Great start, everybody.
But I did hear the donation sound, so
Well, everybody.
thank you, Frankie Las Vegas, for $20. It's Frankie Las Vegas.
Frankie.
Hello?
Hello. Sorry, let's try this one more time. Let's try this one more time.
Frankie.
Toonwolf.
Oh my god, Frankie!
There we go. Thank you, Frankie. Oh god, this is a fucking awesome clusterfuck. Anyway, so hi everybody. Yeah, and I am your dungeon master, Xander. You may know me as the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants, and let's roll some dice and kill some dragons. That's a new opening line I decided to try out of the blue. Maybe it'll stick, maybe it won't. Donate
That's
to see.
offensive.
Donate. Hey, actually, that's a great idea. If you wanna pick my opening line every week, donate to the stream.
Make sure it's something like, "My name is Sans Undertale, and I like Vor."
What's that? Hi, my name is SpongeBob, and welcome to Dungeons and Douchebags.
Welcome to the top-rated toe-sucking stream of the year.
This is actually a great idea. If you donate, let's say donate any amount of money to this stream and message Internet Remix an opening line, and I'll add it to a list that I will do every week. Any amount of money. Any amount of money. I'll say it one more time for the people in the back. Any amount of money. And you can give us something you want me to say. It can be anything, and if it's too terrible, we will ignore it. Anyway,
We've got money.
How about we play some Dungeons and Dragons?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. All right, my intrepid band of adventurers. Oh, I know we played when last we left for the audience, but do you guys remember where you were?
Yeah, giant
It's been
snow worm, big worm.
Great. Yes, you guys have just arrived in a large glacial cavern with a howling icy wind. The center of this cavern is a large, icy, jagged spire, atop of which is a blinding blue light. You can't make out what the source of it is, but there is a whipping, frigid blizzard happening all around you right now. It is freezing. And as you guys were walking in, from the icy cliffs nearby, a creature of ice and, well, not of ice, rather, a insectoid large creature with blue exoskeleton and kind of like wing-like fins came bursting out of the ice and began to chitter and like screech at you as it perched itself for combat. So right off the top of the bat, why don't we roll initiative?
Oh, good.
Oh boy.
Away we go.
Oh,
Damn it.
All right, so let me double check my thing real quick. Wondrous. All right, so 25 to 20. 20
I'm
to
very
15.
sorry, my computer just like crapped out for a second.
No worries. 20 to 15.
I have 17.
I've also got 17.
Which one of you has the higher dex score?
Me, I think. I've got the bonus.
Yeah, I have
Cool.
like 0.
All right.
Sybil's got a 21.
And... Oh, okay, good to know.
With a nat
Good to
20.
know. Good job. Okay, 15 to 10. 10 to 5.
Yep.
What are you at?
8.
Good. And
Leans at 7.
5 to 1?
Leans at 7. They haven't spoken.
Leans at 7? Okay,
Lena's
good.
at 7.
Yeah, it's a good thing I rolled so well.
Okay, Lean. Great. Well, then, first in the order is Sybil.
Excellent.
Sybil, you are staring down this horrific creature, and it is looking like it wants to eat you all.
What can I say? I'm pretty tasty.
I don't blame it at all.
I would like to roll an intimidation check. Or an
Okay.
intimidation roll.
How are you trying to intimidate it?
I'm trying to make it look like I could eat them first, including the worm.
Sure. Okay.
First
Go
of
ahead, and you can certainly try.
all. Okay.
Damn it!
What'd you roll?
A 10.
A 10. All right, let me Yeah, no, you roar at it and it just like its head reels back for a second and it goes and screeches at you.
Thank you
I'll
for the
consider that
donation, son of Jafar.
Thank you, son of Jafar.
And it looks like we've
Wow,
got a
okay.
line in
Thank
there,
you.
so.
Yep.
Nice. We'll save these to a list. Great. So yeah, I'll consider that a free action, so you can still attack if you want to.
All right, cool. I'll use I'll use my great club.
Alrighty. What'd you roll?
Dang it!
A
What's
9.
the roll? A 9. Great. That will not hit. So good to
Great.
know. You charge at it and swing it, but it slowly chitters its way out of it dodges your strike. And actually, let me go ahead and throw up what this thing looks like. Give me 1 second so I can throw him in there because I feel like you guys don't really get what you're dealing with here.
Probably not.
Yeah. Oh, and just for the heck of it, I want everybody real quick. I meant to do this at the start of the stream. All of you just give me a Constitution saving throw.
Wait. Didn't we?
We did
We did that before you met the worm.
Did
yeah,
you?
we did this.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I
It's
already
not
have
a-
an exhaustion point.
It's been 3 weeks.
Mhm.
Okay, so and no,
we
it's
also
no
have some
one.
music
No
in
one
here?
has to roll. Anyway, all right, cool. So this is what y'all are dealing with. I'm gonna throw it up so all of you can see. Here you go.
Oh, it's pretty.
Oh,
Ah,
geez.
cute.
It's
Oh,
pretty.
so pretty. I want to lick it.
Don't
Sorry,
lick. Alrighty. Great.
But I want to.
So, Kianan, you're next.
All right. What would I have to roll to identify what that thing is?
You roll me a. I'm gonna say survival check. I'm gonna say survival or nature. Let's see. Oh, that'll do it. You've never encountered one of these things before, but you know that this is a creature called a Remorhaz. It is. It's a pretty nasty monster that favors cold climates and is known to eat things.
All right.
Yeah, you don't
Everything
know
is
much,
known to eat things.
but you know this thing is called a Remorhaz.
Thank you for the follow, a dreamer child, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey.
I'm going to say, everyone, that's a Remoraz. My advice: run.
I can follow that advice.
All
I
right.
proceed to run towards it to give it a hug.
Fresh, that means you too.
But the battle music started. We have to lick.
It's too cold to run.
Too cold to lick things. Your tongue will get stuck to it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All right.
So,
become one with it.
Cannon, are you just gonna start booking it?
Fuck yeah, I'm booking it. I'm out of here. I ain't fighting that thing.
Yeet!
Okay, good to know. Well then, in that case, it's gonna be Valthiv's turn.
Oh god. Has this thing already been like angered by like Sybil's like previous attack?
You're not sure. It looked pretty just mindlessly hungry when it came out of the ice.
Yeah. I am going to also somewhat book it, but like sort of like in between like the like group
Okay.
and like keeping an eye on like Sybil in case backup is needed.
Okay, sure. Cool. Good
Any
to know.
sense to you?
Alrighty then. Well then, in that case, it's the Remoraz's turn.
Oh.
And as Kianon's booking it and Valthiv is booking it, it is gonna Sybil. You're right in front of it, so it is going to lunge at you and attempt to bite you.
Ah,
Will a 24 hit?
Yeah, it will.
Okay, great.
Oh,
You take 9 points of piercing damage as the Remoraz bites into your torso.
Christ. Ow!
But other than that,
Tummy.
it is. Other than that, it is. Oh wait, hold on. Okay. You are in it. You are currently in its jaws. So I need you real quick to. Oh, there's no saving throw here. Okay, never mind. So what you guys see, the party, what you guys see is the Remmer has lunges at Sybil, takes Sybil in its entirety of its mouth, and just swallows her.
Oh no, not this.
What?
Not this,
Wonderful.
not 4. Not this.
God damn it.
Does this look like the face of a man who likes vor?
So
Well,
that's the Remraz's turn.
that
Fresh.
thing looked full. We should leave. I just suggest. What do I need to roll to convince everybody to leave Sybil behind and
Roll
just
nothing.
run?
Roll play it out, my dude.
Oh no, Sybil. Guys, we should go.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm not leaving. Even though others have. And I like look at Keenan.
I'm not gone yet.
Well, you're already leaving, so
I'm fucking far, but I'm like, I have you guys in my sights.
Fine.
Alright.
Okay. What do I need to do to try and sneak up on the? Well, not so much sneak up on this thing, but trying to get some kind of advantage, like sneak under this fucker's belly and stab it.
You can hide as a bonus action, so you can try to see if you can duck out of its sight and make an attack against it while it's surprised. Because
Can
it's
I do that?
currently occupied by swallowing the Dragonborn.
All right, I'll do that. What do I need to roll?
Roll a stealth check.
Stealth. Oh, do I?
That's
17.
17. Let me double check what it's. Yeah, as the thing takes Sybil up into its jaws and just begins to consume her, you quickly dive, and it's not super. This is not a difficult task. It is a blizzard right now, so you guys' visibility is limited as is. So you manage to duck around and probably dodge right around the edge of its sight without it noticing you. So yes, your next attack would be considered with advantage and a sneak attack.
Bitchin'. In that case, I use my daggers to plunge it into the thing's gullet in an attempt to whip sideways, so that as he's swallowing Sybil, she just kind of slides out,
Totally.
fully covered in slime and other
Why
disgusting
hopefully?
things.
Go ahead.
Do I just click daggers?
Yep, daggers.
Yeah. And advantage, isn't it? What do I do for that?
Roll twice and use the higher number.
Oh.
Well,
Oh my.
a
Hello.
20 will hit. Roll damage.
Roll damage. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, that's poopy.
You
got
you
one.
should have a bonus to that, by the way.
How do I get
It should be your dexterity bonus
any bonus
to damage. It should be
Uh,
the dice plus your dexterity score.
plus? I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking at. It says attack plus 6,
Okay, but what's your dexterity score?
a dexterity score that is 4.
So,
So
it
1 plus 4,
so
so
that's
that's 5.
5 points of damage. Cool.
Okay, cool.
Great.
So I'm still
Yeah,
learning.
you stab it at its gullet. It has a thick, chitinous hide that is very hard to pierce, but you do carve into it a little bit beneath some of its exoskeleton plates. And it screeches out as you cut into it. It's going to be a little bit of a chore to get your comrade out of there. Lean.
okay.
Just leave him.
Well, I think she can either try and climb up or try to cut herself out from the inside, because it's definitely weaker on the inside than it is on the outside.
It's
Are
the
you
same
sure
level
about
of
that?
thickness on the inside or the outside. You know that, right?
Yeah, but It's probably gonna have a weaker armor class on its guts.
We are not gonna have a Drax in this situation.
Would you rather be digested?
Yes.
I mean, probably not. I'll try and cut myself out when it's my turn.
That's a gaming at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Aline, what are you going to do?
With Keenan's good survival, do you think he could know intelligence than 4?
Well, he might, but it's not Kianon's turn.
I was talking about it in the past, but I guess.
Oh, well, no. No. You can certainly try.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
I'll try to actions. Oh, I suck at that. Free action, survival, or nature, and since they're both the same, I'll just.
Sure, I'll allow it.
Okay.
You know of Remorazes, they are monsters and voracious eaters. They're not the smartest creatures on the block.
Okay, so they probably don't have an intelligence score higher than 4.
You're not sure?
Okay. Then that's probably not going to work. I don't really think I can help for now. I'm probably gonna go near where Valthiv is.
Okay, you're gonna run over to join Valthiv. Okay, cool.
Yeah, also fleeing.
Well then, all right. Well, that's gonna be your turn.
Yeah.
Sybil, it is dark. It is very, very warm. Yeah, it's very, very warm in here, almost scalding hot. And you think you might be in the stomach because you can feel some juices beginning to swell around you. What are you gonna do? It's starting to tingle a bit, yeah.
Then I'm being digested.
What are you going to do, Sybil?
I'm gonna use my halberd to try and cut it open.
Great. That will definitely hit. Although, actually, hold on, sorry. It's dark in here, and you're considered blinded, meaning you have disadvantage on the attack roll.
But it's also crowded, and how much space would there really be in
How
front
are you
of
going
her?
to miss if it's right fucking in front of you?
Yeah.
I know, it's
don't
more
know.
like
Sybil's pretty
it's more
fucking
like
stupid.
it's more like you are currently being squeezed by the inner muscles of its body. So it's dark and you're being somewhat restrained. So that means it's less of you
Oh.
swinging and seeing if you hit. It's more of can you overcome its muscles to get a good hit in.
Oh, here I was thinking that she might just accidentally hit herself in the face.
So roll again.
I just gotta believe.
That will still hit.
Nice.
So roll the damage of your halberd.
Yes.
7
Cool.
slashing damage. Good to know. Wonderful. Now then. Kianon,
Yes.
it is your turn.
All right. I'm still fucking booking it.
All right, you're just
Okay,
gonna,
bye.
You keep dashing blindly off into the snow. Good.
Dashing through the snow.
In a terrible.
Valthiv, then.
Alright, well, I fucking stopped because I'm like, well, shit, there goes Sybil. And I start kind of like back completely, but
Okay.
I do kind of run off, like trying to get somewhat behind it ish,
Mm-hmm.
to cast a Sacred Flame.
Okay, cool. So what does that have to do for Sacred Flame?
I don't remember.
Let me look it up.
Yeah,
They
no,
have to
'cause
succeed on
it's not
dexterity
showing
saving
up,
throw.
like,
Okay, what's your spell save DC?
my spell save. Where's that located?
It should be on the back of your sheet.
On your
in
spell sheet.
spells.
Spell sheet. Okay. Spell save 13.
It rolled a 14,
Oh,
so it takes nothing. So yeah, you beckon down a pillar of holy flame, and it misses. It's hard to see and gauge depth through the blizzard, but it just slams into the edge of the nearby cliff, causing bits of ice and rock to just tumble off into the white void beyond. Great, that is your turn.
Hopefully that distracts it a little.
Well, you're not sure. It is the Remoraz's turn. Sybil. Yeah, you take 6 points of acid damage
Oh man.
as you are currently being digested.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I love how stomach acid burns my flesh.
Mm-hmm. It is starting to dissolve your skin.
Excellent.
It is... Let me roll something. Okay, good. Other than that, it is going to lunge at the nearest individual, which would be Fresh. Fresh is a 21 hit.
Yeah, yes. Yes, it does.
You take 8 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And you too get swallowed.
Ah, lovely.
there's not much room in there. Gosh, try to be really gross.
Well, that's not going to be hard.
Speaking of Fresh, it's your turn.
Well, as he's swallowing me, I stick my tongue out. And I don't even have to lick it. It's just, as I go down, it just naturally licks the inside. And it's just like, yeah. What can you do? Oh, shit. Sorry, I scrolled on the thing. There we go.
You're being sucked down its gullet.
Ah, lovely.
And in
Good
this
night.
moment of potential near death, Fresh, you think to yourself, am I into this?
Yeah, I'm into this.
The answer is resounding yes, as I pull out my daggers. Which no, he's still holding his daggers, so he's still got them as he's dragging down, so he just, like, sticks him out a wee bit in hopes of cutting as he goes down, so...
Yeah, so roll an attack. Well, I'll say you don't have to roll disadvantage because you just got sucked in, so there's still enough light that you can, like, see as you're, like, you can, like, make this attack as you're passing into it.
Alright.
I'll still allow that. So, yeah, 22 hits.
Awesome.
Yep.
2 piercing plus... is that plus dexterity?
Yep.
Okay, so that's 2 plus 4. That's 6.
All right, cool. Take 6 points of damage. Yeah, you stick it into its gullet and begin to carve down before the muscles squeeze you, causing you to lose grip of your blade and get sucked all the way down into the stomach, bumping into another humanoid shape down there. As you can feel your fur begin to singe in the acid.
Yep. I am definitely into this.
Lean.
Ah, jeez. Oh man.
The rumor come out, does the DM like 4?
I mean, must be. My God, what can I even freaking do? I don't even think very much.
Do something.
Stab it with?
Your friends are dying.
Gosh, I
Lean.
accidentally clicked that. But is there a way that if this thing is open, can I send my lights? If I'm in a range of 120 feet, can I send my lights down there to help them?
Yeah, you could. It would not impose advantage because they would be able to see if it went into its mouth, but they'd still be constrained by the muscles of its stomach.
Oh, whatever then.
Oh, what?
So gross.
Whatever, screw them then.
No! Yes!
I can't. There's no way a song would reach them because Jested.
Well, I don't know, man. Pregnant mothers play Mozart to their children sometimes.
Okay, I'll
this
play
thing is not
I'll
pregnant
play
with us.
Mozart
I
for them.
refuse to believe this.
You're gonna play Mozart for them?
Sorry, because Sybil's stronger. So,
Okay.
Sybil, that's one for you.
What are you gonna sing them, Lean?
Mozart. Well, actually, I want to do Beethoven instead. I
Sure,
want to do.
you wanna give us a taste of that?
No. I can't sing a violin part.
I'm not going to. Yeah, sure you can. I'm not gonna be the guy who keeps a secret. Phil just sent me a disgusting
you
PM. He asked me what must I roll to attempt to fart in here in an attempt to make this thing vomit. And on your turn, we'll get to that.
And don't forget that, or at least Sybil bit at the end.
Yeah, right. Alrighty then. That is the end of your turn, Lean. Yeah, throughout, and it would be Sybil's turn. However, you all hear, some of you closer than others, through the snow, coming in from a direction you can't pinpoint through the howling wind. You hear a sound of a horn, as echoing through the air, and suddenly, a large javelin, those of you still near the Remoraz can see a javelin sweeps through the air, impacting into the side of the Remoraz, as the Remoraz screeches as another javelin comes flying out of the air, this time from its right flank. That one also hitting. It takes... Yep, even more damage, as that one actually pierces directly into the side of its jaw. And other than 4 more figures come running out of the blizzard. There are 6 figures in total operating at the end of the initiative order. Stout, maybe like 4 foot tall individuals covered with thick layers of leathers and furs come rushing out wielding war picks. And they charge the Remoraz. The first one runs up going, yeah! And oh wow, that is a crit.
Nice.
That one is going to hit him for 6 points of damage. Double, that's 12. Great. Yep, 12 points of damage as it slams its pick into it. The next one is going to run up and deals. That one misses. The next one runs up and hits, dealing 10 points of damage to it. And the last one runs up and he misses. But now these figures are all on this, on the Remoraz, like digging their weapons into it, surrounding it. That is the end of their turn. Sybil, would you like to do anything?
Yes, absolutely. I wanna use my lightning. No, that would probably hurt. I'll use my halberd again.
Okay, go ahead. With disadvantage.
Oh, come on!
That misses, I'm sorry.
Dang it.
Yep. Then,
Use lightning breath.
Kianan.
Alright. So, I'm going to look back, wonder... Okay, first of all, thank you, Onyx and Roman, for the donation.
Thank you.
Alright.
Thank you.
$20, very nice, always appreciated.
Yes, indeed.
Alright, I'm going to look back. I see that no one else is running with me. And I'm going to be like, where the hell are you? And run back towards them.
Okay, as you run back towards him, you can see shapes that at first you think, oh, it's one of my comrades. But it's a stouter shape, 4 feet tall, covered in leathers and furs, holding javelins, and at the ready and aiming for the Remoraz that is currently being assaulted by these mysterious individuals.
Alright.
As you're running back.
Would I be able to make a check to see if I know what they are?
Make a perception check.
Okay. No, sorry, that's persuasion. Hey, baby!
Excuse me, sir, can you tell me what you are? 20. Yeah, you can see that even though through the thick layers of furs and leathers, this is a dwarven individual. It's hard to pinpoint gender from all the layers and hoods they're wearing to seemingly protect them from the weather. But you can tell that this is a dwarf.
Awesome.
The little bit of flesh you can catch through what open space there is on the face is a kind of purplish color, like a dark kind of skin, like grayish ashen color to their skin.
Okay. So, like, it doesn't look like that's paint or makeup. It looks like actual skin, right?
Yeah, it looks like their skin is kind of ash, like it's kind of purple ashen gray.
Okay.
Yep. That's what you can make out, and that is your turn. It's Valthiv. It is your turn.
Oh, well, I don't know who the fuck you guys are, but sweet. I am probably join in the assault.
Okay.
No, computer, stop. Take my warhammer and aim specifically for, I think it's legs.
Okay.
A few of its many, many legs.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack.
Where'd it go?
What'd you roll?
20.
Yeah, that will hit. Roll damage.
Hey.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, no, you just slam right into its face, causing bits of its exoskeleton and shitness hide to crack inwards.
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
Great. That is that. Then it is now the creature's turn. The Remoraz's turn. Seeing it is being surrounded, is going to make an attack at nearby dwarves, and that misses. Critically misses. As it lunges down, and the dwarven figure like shoves its war pick into its jaws to hold them open and keep it away. But Sybil and Fresh, you both take 7 points of acid damage.
Hey.
Are you both still up?
Still up.
I'm sorry, how many points again?
7.
Yeah, I'm still up.
Okay, cool. Great. That is its turn. Fresh, you're inside with Sybil. What are you gonna do?
I roll to void my bowels.
Okay.
You know, its jaw is pried open. You can like try and
just
climb up it. Okay.
Roll me a Constitution check.
Rest, don't
fucking
do it.
hate
Oh, wait,
my
no, sorry,
life
that's
right now.
a save. Sorry, that's a save.
Well, that's a critical fail, so.
I will
Oh,
say,
God.
you rip the largest amount of ass you ever have in your life. You actually shit yourself a bit. And I'm gonna have the Remoraz make a Constitution throw. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Oh my God.
What the fuck? Yeah, it succeeds. Fuck, but it just you feel these like contractions in its muscles, and those of you outside, you can see that it looks like the Remoraz is gagging, like it's starting to gag. But for the moment, it seems to be keeping it down. It seems to be keeping it down. Oh God, Phil, you get inspiration for that, man.
Okay.
I hate that I'm giving you inspiration for that, but I'm giving you inspiration for that.
Wait, what is this? What does that mean?
That means at any you can re-roll any roll of your choice at any point, just once.
8.
Yep.
Thank you.
Great. Is that all you're gonna do?
Can I do anything else?
That would have been your action. You were really focusing on pushing that one, pinching it off.
I'd like to. Does that
Welcome
count as
to
a melee? Does that count as a melee attack?
No, it does not fucking count as a melee attack. That was your
Maybe
action.
it could count as a melee attack if you took your pants off and threw it at it.
No, that would be a ranged attack because he's throwing the pants. God, get it together.
Can't believe
Okay,
we're
can
having
I-
Melee
this
if he took his pants
Yeah,
off and
anyway,
just, like,
we're going to
smashed
lean.
him.
We're going to lean now. Done.
But what if I just grabbed it in my
done
hand
here.
and smeared it on the inside? Would that be amazing?
Sure.
No.
Sure. You can do that if you want. Lean, it's your turn.
Okay. It's my turn now. What do I even do to follow that? Like, I can't. Now that I know we have backup, I'll come over and I will help fight the thingy, and I'll just start smacking ass legs like Valthiv is.
Go ahead and give me an attack. I'll give you flanking bonus for the sheer amount of dwarfs that are around it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll give you the advantage there. Yeah, you don't hit.
Oh, dang it.
Unfortunately. Is that all you're gonna do?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, no worries. Great. Then Sybil, it is your turn.
Fantastic. Is its mouth still pried open?
Yeah, the dwarf still has its war pick jammed into its jaws. Oh wait, sorry. I totally just skipped the dwarf's turns. My bad.
Oh dear.
1 second.
Yeah, bear
sorry.
in mind, you're also still pinned under me after what I've
Yeah,
done.
great. So the one next near you, Kianan, is going to throw its javelin. It misses. The other one's going to throw its javelin. He hits. So that's going to be... Let me double check real quick. Wonderful. That is... He deals 5 points of damage to it. Great. And then the other 4 are going to war pick. Yep. That misses. That hits. That's a natural 20. And that hits. So 3 of the 4. So that first attack deal... Oh, wrong dice. That first one deals 5 points of piercing damage. The second one deals... Wow, that sucks. 8 points of piercing damage. And the last one is going to deal 7 points of piercing damage. This thing is starting to look very, very rough as these guys are laying into it. Then now it's Sybil's turn.
Fantastic. I'm kind of fucked either. I think I'm just gonna take a huge deep breath. I'm gonna get my javelin and try and claw my way up the throat with Fresh above me, like shove him up and then try and push him out of the mouth.
Sure, make a strength check with disadvantage. Yeah, the muscles are really holding you in. It's very hard to escape. I'll consider that a movement. Well, no, that was your action to try and claw out of there. Sorry. So that's your turn. Cannon.
All right. I'm seeing all these doors and stuff throwing the javelins at it. Some of them are missing. So I'm going to cast Minor Illusion and put a big old glowing target on the Remoraz.
Okay, as you do, the target forms and it's visible through the snow. The dwarf nearest you, like, slowly cocks their head, and you can see through the furs a single quirked eyebrow.
I thought I'd help.
And you just hear a gruff, as that is your turn.
All right.
Valthiv.
All right. Okay. So, I think I'm gonna continue attacking it. We seem to be doing a good job. I'm like, dude, you guys are doing good, man. Like, fuck. I need to help kill this thing, get my friends out of this fucking goddamn creature. God damn it, why do I need my...
So what are you gonna do?
Attack it with the Warhammer again.
Totally, go for it. With advantage, because for flanking.
Flanking and big old target on it.
Yep, hit. That is a big old hit, so roll damage.
Whee!
Okay. So as the creature is flailing around and screeching, you hoist your warhammer up above you and swing it down, and you can hear the crunch of its chitinous exoskeleton as you crush its head, like, completely. You kill it.
Woo! Nice.
You kill the Remoraz.
Woo! All right, now we just
and it's like
take everyone out somehow.
Yes, and it is. It like gives this, like, as it crunches inward, you just hear this as it is dead, presumably. So, you all stand around, and some of you, I assume, are going to start coming back, Kianan, moving, slowly approaching. Great.
I dispel the target as I do, because there's no need for it anymore.
Totally. The dwarves do not skip a beat whatsoever. Two of them immediately begin taking out carving knives and begin to chip away at its chitin and begin collecting large hunks of its flesh and meat, carving away. And since you guys are still in the stomach, let me just do damage again real quick. Oh no! So you both take 8 points of acid damage in the stomach as it's dead.
Freaking dead though.
Hey, you're not dead. You're just unconscious and dying. And one of the javelin bearing dwarves has a large great hammer strapped to his back, and he walks up, taking the great hammer, and just and slices severs its neck off, and begins immediately rooting around through the stump, grabbing both Sybil and Fresh, and slowly pulling them out from its stomach onto the snow. The rest of you can see that your two companions, they are covered in a viscous, slimy stomach acid that has dissolved away bits of their flesh, and they are both not moving. The dwarves, without skipping a beat, the rest of them, the remaining 4, point. Those bearing war picks hold their war picks aloft towards you. Those bearing javelins hold javelins like they're about to throw it towards you guys. And one of them, a very gruff, that you can discern male dwarf, looks at you and says, "Lay down your arms and spare the lives of your friends."
I only have a quarterstaff, but I just lay that down.
Okay.
Wait, he said what?
Lay down your arms and we'll spare the lives of your friends.
Okay, yeah, I lay down my quarterstaff and my dagger.
Fine. Okay.
If you comply, we'll save their lives. You understand?
Oh, yes, completely. Yes, of course.
Of course we do.
Give me your hands. He's saying this to you, Kianan.
I hold out my hand.
He places these large, complex iron shackles around your wrists. And these shackles are not just wrist shackles, they also prevent your fingers from moving. And you can see that there is a bit of an arcane glow to them as they go over your wrists. You feel like your hands can't move.
All right.
And they also very, very gruffly forces this gag over your mouth to prevent you from speaking.
Okay.
Lean, they put the same ones on you unless you resist.
I don't resist.
All right, great. The two dwarves are going to, success and success. So the two dwarves who had been go over and begin attending Sybil and Fresh, you guys are no longer dying, but you guys are at 0 and unconscious.
Okay.
But they quickly are able to stabilize you with what they have on hand, and they also put chains on you, shackles. And Valthiv, they approach you with shackles as well and begin to lock you up. Do any of you resist, or are you all complying?
I'm unconscious. I can't really do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to resist, but I'm so weak that I can't.
That's fair.
Oh my god. A Sybil lost a nipple as well.
Who did this?
Oh no.
I will find you. And I will take your nipple.
Like, resist at first, because I'm like, whoa, no, get the fuck away from me. But then I'm like, shit, man. Like, I'm alone. I can't do shit against them.
Yep. So, the big male dwarf that spoke first looks over all of you, and now all the dwarves you can see. Here, let me show you what they look like. That are surrounding you, all wearing these thick furs, and a couple of them pull off their hoods. For a brief moment, you can see they all have this ashy purple skin, and white hair. Here, you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's what they're like, and like whitish eyes. And the big gruff dwarf says, "Stay close to the fire, or you'll freeze to death. You understand?"
We
Thank God
understand.
there's a fire.
Yeah, no. And as as you as he's saying this, another one of the dwarves is lighting up a torch and holding it near you guys. That's all the warmth you'll be getting. It's a long journey, and if you die, we'll leave you. Get moving! And he points a direction offward into the blizzard, and a couple of the dwarves like give you a shove to get you to start moving.
I guess we start moving.
Yep.
Wonderful. You guys begin moving
angrily to myself.
through the blizzard, mostly clustered around the one dwarf with the torch to get some semblance of warmth as you guys are being marched, shackled, and some of you gagged, prevented from casting any spells whatsoever. You begin marching into the blizzard, off into the unknown. And we're going to take a quick break.
All right. We will see you guys in a few minutes.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us after the quick break. We are ready to continue now. So, adventurers, you are currently being led through the ice and snow. This howling blizzard never seeming to cease, but as you're walking, you can make faint glimpses of your surroundings. The blizzard eventually never clears, but gives way a bit. So you can see out a bit in the distance. You can see how truly expansive this glacial cavern is. It goes on for several miles. It's very hard to gauge with the constant overpowering just whiteness around you. And you guys walk for what feels like an eternity, especially given some of you are starting to feel exhaustion. And even though some of you are huddled around the fire, it is just barely enough to keep you stabilized. I want everybody to make Constitution saving throws real quick.
I'm cold.
Why do I suck?
So
Still warm
Lean,
from the stomach acid.
Phil, and Kianan, you guys take a point of exhaustion. And that despite the fire, you still are beginning to feel the effects of the weather setting into your bones, into your joints, and begin to tire. And as some of you slow, the dwarves roughly slam you in the back to keep you moving. And it's not long after this eternity of walking, it feels like, that you see a shape up in the distance. You can see that you're now approaching one of the glacial cavernous walls. So you're not like walking deeper into the middle, you're walking towards one of the ends. And up ahead, you can see that there's something set into the ice. A large bit of gray, dark, ashen gray stone emerges from the ice, and as you get closer, you can see that it is man-made, or in this case, dwarven-made. It is carved. It's a large entryway of dark stone pillars and rough-hewn rock. This is not stylized. This is not. There's no artistry here. This is sheer efficiency at work. This is not. There's nothing aesthetic about this. It is just pure purpose.
Thank you.
You get the vibe that this is a place where there's no time for artistry. This is just
hold please.
business.
Thank you, Frankie, for the donation.
How much did Frankie donate this?
$5.
Frankie, why are you
Thank you, Frankie.
Yeah, thank you so much,
You're
Frankie.
the best, Frankie. You're the best. You're our favorite human being here. Feel free to throw some one-liners my way. Anyway, so yes, you can tell that these dwarves presumably mean business, and you guys are guided up to this large gate with a huge iron portcullis that has been lowered, and a pair of equally fur-clad and leather-clad dwarven guards that bark orders. Do any of you speak Dwarvish?
I do not.
I do not.
Wait, hold on. I need to double check.
Not the same as Elvish.
Yes, I do speak Dwarvish.
Great. So then you understand what they're saying. The dwarves lean back and say, "Open the gates! We've got new prey." And the gates clang, 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 as they slowly begin to raise upward, shuttering off bits of snow and ice that have rested there in the blizzard. And within, you can make out a red glow from within, and you can feel a small but welcome burst of warmth that spreads out from this structure, whatever it may be. And you are again roughly shoved and begin moving inward. And you are escorted through these stone halls that are packed with these dark, ashen-skinned dwarves that all look at you with snarls, and there's not a kind eye to be seen here. And you're escorted through various stone hallways into a large cell complex. And each of you are quickly and very unceremoniously thrown into these small 5 foot by 5 foot cells and padlocked in.
All right. Also, thank you, Roman Hera, for the donation.
And we have a
great
line.
Mm-hmm.
So those of you
that is a great line.
Lean and Kianan, you still have your mouth gags in, by the way.
All right.
Yeah. DM, wait 1 second, hold on. Talk amongst yourselves.
Various unconscious noises.
You guys are.
I wish there was a way I could say that I speak Dwarvish, because gosh.
Yeah, because that worked out so well the last time I said I spoke Elvish to the drow.
Well, maybe this is different. Who knows?
Who knows?
Dwarves are known for their hospitality.
Yep.
Well, this is different because
Very hospitable.
This actually is different because I did work with the dwarves for years.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, were they as kind as these ones?
Oh, they were nicer than these ones.
Oh, sure, it's different just because they're gray dwarves. I see how it is.
No, you know very well that's not why that's how it is.
Right.
So, you guys sit in these cells for a long time. A few hours, maybe? It's hard to gauge time. And those of you who would like to do things, you can't. You're restrained. Magic users, you cannot speak. You can't move your hands. It's almost torturous that you feel like you've had all agency taken away from you for this period of time. And you hear a large iron as a door opens at the end of the hallway, and you hear footsteps slowly marching down the hallway as you see a plate armored dark-skinned dwarf lurches into view, a wild snow white beard around that is not there's no braids in his beard, just a wild fray of hair, and a buzzed kind of military cut shaved head as he walks into view, and he says, "So, what brings you down here?" One of you that's not a spell slinger can speak.
Well,
I said speak.
We were forced down here, bro.
Sybil and Fresh,
Wait.
by the way, I will say that you guys regain consciousness.
oh, okay, we're conscious
by
now.
now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're conscious now.
Yay.
But
Do we have any hit points just for
yeah, you guys are at by now I'm gonna say you guys are at maybe half hit points.
half hit points? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Before I forget. Okay. Right. Righty-ho. What was the question?
Why are we here?
What are you doing down here in the underground?
Oh, we're just looking for a nice place to stay. We heard the weather was pretty alright, the locals are lovely, and we're looking, to invest in real estate.
I
Can
look at
roll
Fresh.
to smack the back of his head.
I'm just
With
banging
my
my head into the wall.
Alright.
I ram my head into the back of his head.
If you don't want to be honest, then I have no need to speak to you anymore. Alright then. Unless any of you have anything else to say, we'll be getting you prepped nice and quick.
I look at everyone, seeing if I should tell them the truth or not. What do you guys think?
I'm nodding rapidly.
I nod, yes.
We came down here looking for a missing child who was taken by Drow.
Missing children.
Drow, you say? Fascinating. Well, anything else, Todd?
We came across some before we came
Great.
here. And...
This is completely inconsequential to my interests. You have nothing to say of interest.
He barks orders back in Dwarvish, which Lean you can understand that he means, get them ready for the auction!
For the what? You cut out.
Yeah,
Auction.
say again.
Auction.
Oh, good.
Excellent,
got-
you're being sold.
Oh,
I kind of just want to yell out, do you guys like shiny, pretty things?
He cocks his head back at you and he says,
We tend to have an interest in them. Why?
Do you remember that? And I'm looking back to the crew at this point. Do you remember that tiger-eye gemstone I picked out for myself in the... And at this point I look at the camera and say the first... Wait, was it the first session?
Second.
We got those gems. Oh, the second one. We got a bunch of.
and the dwarf says,
What are you looking at over there?
I was just counting how many walls were in this place. Now, I got
3. It's a cell.
Thank you.
Bloody idiot.
Thank you. I got
Alright.
this pretty shiny tiger eye gemstone. Do you reckon we can sit down and have a talk and I'll give you this?
Can I have a look over it?
he holds his hand out.
I reluctantly give it to him.
Great, he takes it, pockets it, and he says,
Great. Now, get them ready for the auction.
and he walks off.
I shoot a death glare at Fresh.
bastard.
I put my head in my hands.
Okay, I start sobbing uncontrollably, like no, like to like a 3-year-old level tantrum style, to the point where it's just embarrassing all of the dwarves. Does
Perfect.
that do anything? Can I roll any particular thing, like a Constitution to kind of out?
No, I'm gonna say that this is gonna be a pity check. So just roll a straight charisma check.
Oh
Roll
fuck,
for
where's
him.
charisma? I forget where charisma is. One sec. There it is. Oh shit!
Oh my god!
So you rolled a natural 20. He rolled an unnatural 1. So he stops and he just turns back and his bushy grayish white eyebrows furrow and he says,
All right, I'll give it back. Just sobbing like a bitch.
and he throws it back to you in your cell.
Guys, that's just sad.
Phil,
You have a
what
lot
does
of
Fresh
issues.
crying sound like?
I'm sorry, it's 2 o'clock in the morning over here and my family's asleep. I wish I could show you. Fuck. Have you seen that meme going around of the world's best cry where it's just I still love you. That, but 20 times louder and kicking things.
That's
And
yep,
kicking
this
things.
is exactly how I expected to spend my Friday night. With fresh shitting and crying.
Fresh
Episode
is a
title,
literal
Alex,
baby.
episode title, shitting and crying.
I don't add episode titles to the sessions.
Oh,
Dang it!
In the caption,
do
in the
this once?
caption.
The gentleman tosses it back to you.
Oh, it's scuffed now. I don't want it.
And
I
he
pick
said,
up with
he
my
just
mouth?
he tosses
No,
into the
I
cell
don't
and he says,
You best stop sobbing before the auction. It's not good enough for the buyers. So,
Keep crying.
you have any questions before you meet your fate down here?
Why are you selling us?
What else do you expect me to do? You're cargo down here. Don't you know the way of things? You're things to be bought and sold. Slave,
I think we're better.
you're going to be sold.
I just rolled this deception check. I realized I should have probably said what I was going to do beforehand, but I'm deceiving him into believing that we are more valuable to him, free man, and lizard.
Yeah, what are you gonna say to convince him of that?
Didn't think this far. Didn't actually think I'd get that good roll. Give me a second.
You have to say something fresh.
I'm done thinking, fucker.
He looks down at the dice and says, "Oh, that's a very good roll."
That's a very good roll.
It's a very good roll.
Oh, I'm convinced.
Two.
Shit. I've completely drawn a blank. Kiana,
Well, if you have nothing to say,
no,
you have nothing to say to this. Is moot.
Can you
This is
do something that can maybe convince him to let Kianan and I speak? Cause
Oh yeah, sure, I'll allow that.
Yeah,
Or fresh
just
has to
say.
say it.
Okay, I deceive him into believing that the I'm gonna say Kianan is really shit at spells, so isn't gonna be able to cast anything, even if he's not gagged and stuff.
what about Lean?
I don't know.
He runs his hands through his beard and contemplates. And he says,
All right. But if he does anything funny, we'll cut his hands off.
Jesus Christ.
So,
he walks up to you,
And
and
that's why
removes your
not
gag.
Much obliged, my good man. Thank you very much. Now, I believe my tabaxi friend over there was trying to imply something. If you wouldn't mind listening for just a few more minutes while I try to elaborate. You see, obviously we're not going to think of ourselves as things, but well, we aren't from here. However, I know where I come from. That not indentured servitude, sorry, that's not the right word. That you get much better results out of people who work willingly than as those who are sold. You see, being sold diminishes morale. And if what you are selling does not have the morale to work, how can you expect the best results out of them?
I chose wrong.
And the dwarf, like, just still running his hand through his beard, and like a smirk comes to his face, and he says,
you don't know the way of things down here, do you?
Well, I would be very happy if you elaborated for me. I'm a very good listener.
he walks up to you and like places like a hand on your arm. He says,
You'll learn very quickly. Send them to the stage!
and a pair of guards begin removing you from your cells and escorting you down the hallways. And Kian, you're still ungagged, by the way. Lean, you're still gagged.
Lean is dying because she is somewhat familiar with the ways because she worked with dwarves. God.
I'm sorry.
PFW, you're on fire.
I can't believe we're gonna be fucking sold.
For some reason, I had it in my mind that Kiana was the diplomat. I forgot that you're a fucking bard. I'm such an idiot.
It's okay.
Cannon is good at reasoning.
I evidently.
Cannon and I do a lot of the talking to the dangerous people.
So are you guys gonna say anything amongst yourselves or to the dwarves as you're walking and being forcefully escorted, or no?
Does anyone have a plan?
I'll say this.
My thoughts exactly.
Great. Then without any further
Mr.
words,
Dwarf boy, you got any trail mix? I'm pretty hungry.
It'll be time for slaves to eat later.
Well, yeah, but I'm not a slave just yet, so can I have
just
something?
without and as
You're in chains, aren't you? You're my slave, and I'm selling you.
Daddy. I mean, what?
and like his eyebrows just shoot up, and he just quickly turns and keeps walking.
Successful intimidation roll, Daddy.
And you guys are escorted through these tightly packed hallways. You seem to be in some sort. It's the size maybe of like a medium, like smallish, medium-sized town. this fortress-like structure within the cavern walls, away from the ice and snow. It is full of these dark-skinned dwarves, not all of which are in furs and leather, some of which are in simpler clothing. You can see that you pass by chambers where they're working diminishing bellows. They're forges of not that bright light. Seems like they're working with what they can manage down here. A few of them look almost homeless, to say. They're like in the hallways, just kind of slumping around, looking like they're withering away from hunger. And there's not a scrap of lightheartedness in this place. This place just seems dour and grim. And you guys are escorted into a large audience hall where a crude stage has been like erected at the back, and you can see that there are a couple of other. It seems like you're catching the tail end of an auction as the a pair of tabaxi are actually currently being sold and escorted off the stage. Fresh, you recognize them as two female tabaxi, of kind of orangish, tigery skin, well, like fur rather, and among there's also a Sverfneblin, a deep gnome that is also being sold with them as well.
Oh, these guys don't discriminate.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's yeah, sure, we'll go with that. Anyway, you guys are hoisted up onto the stage, and you can see that there's all in attendance here are these dark-skinned dwarves, and they're all like sitting on these like large benches and just like watching you. Some of them are chewing what looks like various bits of like what may be like tobacco, like chewing and like spitting it on the ground every so often. All of them are these dark ashen skinned dwarves with like white hair. And some of them have like deviances in like style, but there's no different type of dwarf here. Whatever these dwarves are, they are the dominant race here in this fortress. And this dark-skinned dwarf female steps up and she says, "All right, so we got a big lot here. 6." And she looks back and she says, "No, 5 individuals of various exotic races. We have a human male, a halfling female, a lizard, a dragonborn, and a cat. All capable adventurers, now here to serve their purpose. The bidding will begin at 1,000 gold pieces." And the crowd erupts. And like there are people like you hear shouting, and this is in Dwarvish. Oh, it's in Dwarvish, and mixture of Dwarvish, Common, and Undercommon. So Keanu, you can catch a few words in Undercommon. As it's all shouting of it's like 1,500, 2,000. I bid 1,700. Wait, no, 2,000. I bid 2,000. And it just keeps going up from there. It's just cacophony of fighting voices, like struggling to find purchase over one another. And it is absolute madness to you guys. I will say, if you guys have back on the stage, you have like a quick little reprieve to talk amongst yourselves. If you have anything you want to say, as the dwarves are occupied throwing money your way to pay for your services. I wish I could talk. Yeah, no, Lean, you're bound and gagged still.
These guys are saying I'm only worth 1,000 too. That's kind of shit.
I'm offended that I'm only worth this.
I'm offended that I'm being sold at the same time as you nerds.
I should be on like a golden platter, like best fighter or something. I'm not worth 1,000 or 2,000. I'm worth over like 100,000 gold.
I hate to break it to you, but it's for the package deal, so technically they valued us at 200 each.
What?
Sybil and I just start like bodybuilder style posing on the
doing little JoJo poses.
And
oh my god, yes, JoJo.
Through the chaos, a voice just rings out through the air. Calm and quiet, but somehow louder than all the others. You hear a voice say, 5,000 gold pieces. And a hush falls over the crowd. And there's like a couple of the dwarves like look around each other like, who said that? And all heads turn to the very back of the room as you can see a non-dwarven figure, very much non-dwarven, tall. His frame is svelte with deep red skin and red robes with gold decals that cover his body. He wears a pair of spectacles over his nose, and his hair is a mass of flame.
And
he
can I roll to
begins-
identify what he is?
Sure, make a perception check.
All right.
You recognize him as a fire genasi.
Okay, cool.
Yep. And he begins slowly making his way down the center aisle, very casually and gracefully, with all the grace of a noble or a dancer even. And he just slowly makes his way forward and he says, I am willing to pay 5,000 gold pieces for this lot to serve my business. And there's like a mutter between the dwarves as the female auctioneer says, all right then, the outsider's bidding 5,000 gold pieces for the lot. Any additional bets? And you just hear this, no, it's not worth that much, like between like the various dwarves. And the gentleman clasps his hand together and says, wonderful, absolutely marvelous. Then I believe, without further ado, he procures this large, like ledger and like writes something down on a piece of paper and tears it out and hands it to the female dwarf. I believe they are now my property. And she says, that they are. Do with them what you will. And she hands them the key to your shackles. And he goes, wonderful. Oh, slaves! This way. And he gestures you to follow him.
I kind of just shrug and run up to him.
Are you going to call him daddy too?
Probably.
I'll call him daddy.
I'll call him whatever I need to call him to get fed.
Papa?
And
Oh God, not Papa.
so do you guys follow him out?
That's my limit. Papa.
I don't really think we have any other choice.
Yeah.
Great.
Because I sure as hell ain't fighting a crowd full of dwarves.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's at least
Well, we can
100 in
take
here.
'em.
He escorts you away from this from this place and takes you across this fortress to an empty alcove, not like a private room, but like a reprieve from the bustling crowd of the rest of the place. And he undoes your gagline and undoes your shackles, Kianan, and your shackles as well. He undoes all of your shackles rather, and he says, "So, hi, I am your new owner."
We gathered as much. Yes, thank you.
Yes. You best be thanking me. After all, I just spared you a life of working for the DM needs to check his notes real quick. When the DM forgets the names of his stuff. I just saved you from a lifetime of working for the Firehand Forge. So, say you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Wait, no. No, wait, no, sorry. You say thank you, I say you. It's been a long day. Just say thank you.
Thank you very much, kind sir.
Yeah.
You are very welcome. Well then, allow me to briefly introduce myself. I am your new employer. Names are not important. I don't care for what you're called. As for what I'm called, you may simply call me Broilby.
Oh God. Oh my fucking God. Really? Really?
Yes, Broilby.
Slave or not, I'm definitely calling you daddy.
I'm going to take 1d4 psychic damage for the pun.
Okay, go ahead.
Why the hell not?
Like a sleight of hand to try and touch his ass. Would that be stealth?
Go ahead. You take 3 points of psychic damage from my brilliant DMing.
Fucking fantastic.
Did you just voluntarily remove your own health? You fucking hell.
Well then, he says, so, Any questions? I have many things that I have prepared for you all.
How do you get your hair to look like that?
Oh, it's just natural. I wake up like this every morning.
Oh.
Now then, you may call me Broilby, and nothing else. I do not care for your names, as I have said. You do not need to know mine. I am what you would call an entrepreneur here in the Underground. They are a cruel, grim lot, but I am bringing culture and business to this sect of, well, to this stretch of the woods, if you will. But nonetheless, I have a struggling business, and I'm going to need the aid of some slaves to keep it afloat for the time being, and that's where you come in. Any
Okay.
questions? Wonderful. Well,
So when do you set us free?
When do we start?
I'll set you free if I damn well feel like it. Until then, you will do what I say, when I say it, without question or hesitation. But
Yes,
thankfully, I'm not one of those cruel Duergar, and I will keep my requests fairly, well, demands rather. I'll keep my demands rather fair.
Define fair, please.
Fair that you probably won't die starving, burned to death.
Then what do you want us to do?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? Come with me. And he walks you guys into another down another hallway into a past an arch into what looks like a large empty tap room of a tavern. And he says, "When I came down here, I met the Duergar and managed to talk my way out of slavery through my cunning tongue, and I opened this establishment. It is not optimal, but the Duergar are thankful for it. It keeps them fed, it keeps them drunk, and in return I get to keep my freedom. Fort Grimbone is no place to have a thriving enterprise, but it's all that I have for the time being. So, you're going to work for me and help keep my establishment afloat. Food is... Oh, go ahead, human.
If we're going to work for this establishment, it would definitely help us to know the name of it.
Yes, about that. It has, well, it doesn't have one.
Well, if I may be so bold as to suggest a name for it.
I'm willing to listen.
Surely it would reflect the admirable qualities of its owner. No name other than Broilbees would work for this establishment.
Broilbees. Broilbees. He mulls it over, and he says, I shall consider it. The thought has crossed my mind, but I had thought that would be too egotistical, don't you think?
Oh, no. It would...
I don't think so.
Listen, if the Duergar are wondering where can I get a good drink, and they'll think, oh, Broilby makes the best in town. Where can I find him? At Broilby's. It's very efficient.
Hey, I completely agree.
You might be onto something there. We'll talk about it later. For now, you all look like shit.
Thank you.
Oh no, this is what I'm
I've worked very hard on this.
No, this will simply not do. If you're going to be my slaves, you need to be top dollar. Do you understand? I need you to go bathe, rest. Do you understand? There are. I will give you your own individual chambers, your own individual bathrooms, and I will feed you. I will be kind to you as your owner, but I will not have you looking like filthy ravel. So, come to me when you're clean. He claps. Good day, and he walks away.
Would that mean we have to be okay?
Okay, bye.
Alex, why are you like this? Of all names?
Listen. If he likes my idea, that makes him like us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
you want
I'm
him
gonna-
there.
Okay,
Do you think we'll get cute little outfits?
Kianan, Lean,
I hope
I'm
we
gonna
get
need you
cute
two to do a thing for me. Oh, yeah, actually, are we still in chains?
No, you guys were unshackled.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Kianan, Lean, can you two do an Arcana check right now? Just on us in general, see if there's anything magically binding us here.
Sure.
Sure. What's an Arcana check, though?
I don't know. Let's try it.
I can sense magic, I guess.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
You kind of examine yourselves over and kind of just keep yourself aware to any potential things binding you, but you don't see any signs that something magical is afoot on you guys.
It looks fine to me.
In that case, can we just leave? There's a door right there.
You'll
I
find us, man.
would
Is
love
the
to
door locked,
leave,
though?
but I feel like if we did and we got caught,
We'd
Oh,
probably
he'd
be
burn me so good. What?
We'd
fresh.
probably be
Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. All right, who wants to bathe me first?
You're
warn you,
bathing
I do
yourself.
kick.
You are bathing yourself, sir. I am not touching
Batman,
that.
just lick yourself.
And with that comment said, I guess we're gonna just skip to after the bathing happens, so Fresh doesn't do anything horrifying.
Just sit
no
down,
one
lift
wants
my
to
leg up above my head.
You guys,
Ew!
first stop
That thing
taking
that
away your
cats
inspiration.
do.
For
No,
your
I need it.
no, you can keep it.
Yay.
For simplicity's sake, I will say that you guys bathe, you guys clean yourselves up. It's warm water feels wonderful. It's you guys rest long enough to say that all of your points of exhaustion are now gone. And after this, Royalby returns and he says, "Oh, wonderful! You all look simply ravishing. Now then, let's talk about your first gig." He throws a bag onto the counter.
May I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
What are... Oh no, like the dungeon master.
Oh, yeah, what's up?
What about our hit points? Are they all back up?
They're all back up to normal.
All right.
You guys get, I'm going to say that you guys get the benefits of a long rest, but it hasn't been 8 hours.
Okay.
We just like super pamper ourselves.
Yeah, the sheer amount of pampering that happens
Yeah.
is just enough to keep you guys reinvigorated.
And also, I rematerialize Hobart knees on my shoulder.
Okay, cool.
Actually, this is just a quick question because I was not in the stream, so sorry for breaking the fourth wall, but who the fuck's Hobart?
Hobart is my red panda familiar. He is the most adorable thing in the world.
And a smirk comes to Borelby's lips and he says, cute. Now then, this is going to be yours. One of you may have it. He gestures to the bag on the counter. Okay,
I call it.
you snatch up. It's a lovely crimson silk bag embroidered with a logo that you've not seen before. It's essentially a flame with kind of like stylized art deco kind of stuff to it. It looks very pretty. And he says, that there will be your official bag of holding, we'll say.
I call it.
I already called dibs.
No, I called
Yes,
it
it is.
first.
What the tasks I have for you will mostly be fetch quests, if you will, and you'll need the space to store what I need. Which brings me to the first point. Food is in an awfully short supply around here. Good food is even shorter. And also along that note is good fur. Good, warm, ice-resilient fur. Keeps us all protected from the weather outside. I need you all to procure me something in particular that will provide both ample meat and ample fur.
And what would that be?
A yeti.
All right.
You are all new down here, I reckon, but you must be wondering what this place is.
A little bit.
Wonderful. Well, the Duergar referred to this region as the Howling Glacier. It's a little dramatic for my tastes. However, that large white light, I bet you're simply dying to know what that is, aren't you?
Sure. Yes. Why not?
It's a planar rift.
Oh.
Wait, really?
That large top the spire to the elemental plane of. Hence.
Oh.
Ever-
You
the
glitched
never-ending-
out a whole lot, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
I said. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you're looking at
Yeah.
okay now.
I said. Let me repeat that. He says it is a planar rift to the Frostfell, the elemental plane of ice and snow. It is responsible for the never-ending blizzard here. As such, oh no.
Oh
Can you
no.
hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we can hear you. We're listening.
Okay. Sorry. He said, as such, creatures from the Frostfell like to wiggle their way in. So, Yetis have taken residence here. You find me, Yeti, you kill a Yeti, and your first task will be complete. And to make this more interesting, you all strike me as the sort of people who are looking for something. And I might be inclined to set you free at some point. But for the time being, let's keep it to one task will get you one answer to whatever question you desire. I have very keen ears. Sound fair?
Sounds fair enough to me. Yes.
Wonderful. Then stop wasting my time. Off you go. You all... Well, before you go, actually, he all tosses you insignia pins that have that same insignia on the bag of holding. This will let the guards know that you are my slaves, and they won't accost you more than they would any other slave. Understood?
Oh, yes.
Wonderful.
Matches my eyes.
Then, stop wasting my time. Be on your way. And he, gestures you off.
We head out.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. And as you guys are heading out, he just calls after you. It will be so lovely to have you working for me. We'll make it a fun old time. I'm adding Broilby to the map.
I believe him.
And you guys head off to complete your first task in a strange series of events where you're now owned by a Genasi. And we will end the session there.
All right.
Great, he's standing by me.
We are now going into the second arc of our Underdark campaign, the Howling Glacier, under the servitude of their new owner, Broilby. Which I'm not even mad about the name. I'm not even mad about the name. Listen, they don't have grills in this world. But they still broil. So therefore, Broilby. Anyway.
Could have invented
thank you guys
grills.
So much for watching. He might. Who knows? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys not next week. Next week I will be away at a wedding, so Alex will be running a game himself. But in 2 weeks we'll be back with the next chapter of the Underdark storyline. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.